Hey guys, so I know some of you enjoyed my kind of college related videos back when I was getting my bachelor's degree, and I've since graduated. Today I wanted to talk about my first year at Arizona State University. So as you can see from my shirt and this little dude right here, I finished my technically third semester today. So I began in fall of 2017, so I've done fall, spring of this year, and then I took a summer class this summer that I just finished today, which I'm super excited about, except I only have 4 days until fall semester starts, so I have a little tiny summer break, I guess. But I just want to talk about my experience. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about going to Arizona State online. It's completely online. I don't need to go to the campus at all unless I want to graduate in person, which I think I'm going to, because I've also just always wanted to go to Arizona, Grand Canyon, see some cacti, you know? So I think I'm going to do that, but until then, I have no reason to go. I don't have any hybrid classes, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about my time there so far, because I'm about exactly halfway through my master's program in psychology. The application process was really easy. I took about a year between graduating with my bachelor's and starting my master's degree, just because I wanted to make sure that, you know, putting the money forward, that it would be beneficial. I was going back and forth. Did I want to go back to the campus that I got my bachelor's degree from? But I wasn't quite sure, didn't know where we'd be in a year. My fiance is graduating and applying to colleges for his degree in various places in California. So I was thinking, I was like, well, I could apply to the same school as he is, and then we could, if we get into the same one, we could go there and I could do my master's completely in person. But for me, just with my job I have, I guess technically 3 part-time jobs. Going to school online has really, it changed my life all that much, which for me is a good thing. I feel like because I've done my bachelor's, I've done all that stuff, I didn't do dorms as an undergrad, and I really don't want to do dorms now. I have no real desire to be in a classroom. With my anxiety, as you know, I made a whole video on that. I'll make another update one maybe if you guys are interested, but with my whole history with anxiety, I don't see any pros really to going to a class in person, unless it's like a math class or classes that are harder for me, because then it's just a lot quicker to be able to ask the teacher in person about questions you have. But you guys took a little trip there. For my master's degree, I don't have really, it's basically all psychology classes. Some are more research based and some are more reading based, some are, more statistics kind of things, but there's no like GEs where I have to take biology and I have to take trigonometry and things that I might find difficult. So I didn't really think I needed to go in person for that reason. So I applied, at least with Arizona State's program for psychology. They do have one in person and they have one completely online. I obviously applied for the online one about 2 months before it started, so the process was really fast. If you have a certain GPA, like higher than a certain GPA, you didn't have to submit GRE scores, which was great because I obviously never took the GRE in my gap year because I didn't know if I would be going to grad school or not. And I hate standardized testing, so I was really glad I didn't have to go to that, pay for that, pay to send them my GRE scores. I didn't have to do any of that, so I just had a personal statement. I had my transcripts, and I think that was it. I think 2 letters of recommendation. So in July, I got an email that I got in, and then school started about a month later. And so far it's been really great. I feel like with the program, at least because I can only really speak for the program I'm in, but the online students in general, there is a Facebook page that you request to get added into, and it's basically a way for all of the online students at Arizona State, whether they're undergrads or grads, can just kind of communicate. They can complain about workloads, they can share funny memes, and it just feels kind of like the conversations you'd be having before class would start. And so that's been really nice, because it does feel isolating sometimes. I feel like I don't interact face to face with anybody. There are a lot of discussion board assignments. We've used the website, I think it's a website, not a program, Yellow Dig. But overall, it's been great. I would recommend it. I think there is sort of a stigma that I experienced when I told people, people were all excited that I was going back to school, getting my MS in psychology. And then when I told them I was going to Arizona State online, or when I told them they're going to Arizona State, they were all like, yay, Phoenix is great, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, well, cool, but I'm actually going online. And they were kind of like, I think there's a stigma that I don't know if it's that people think it's easier online, if it's, I guess they think that I'm robbing myself of like the grad school experience, which is exactly what people thought when I commuted to my college as an undergrad. They were like, you're robbing yourself of the dorm life, you're robbing yourself of this and that, and it's like, it's my education, it's my decision. I don't want my life to be revolved around school. This online grad program allows for that same kind of thing where it's like, my life is the same, I just have classes now, but I do them from home, I do them in my pajamas, I do it on breaks at work, I do it at 1 a.m. or 7 p.m. or at noon. It really all depends on my work schedule, what's going on, how the class is structured, all that kind of stuff. But there was some initial pushback, I feel like, and I think also people got it confused with the University of Phoenix, which I'm not going to get into the controversy surrounding that. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But I think that was part of the stigma too, was they thought I was going to University of Phoenix. But overall, it's been really good. It's been good for me, and that's all that matters is, you got to do what's best for you. They have so many bachelor's programs online, completely online. They have quite a few master's programs online too. So if that's something that you're interested in, I would definitely give them a call. Everyone I've talked to there on the phone has been really nice. They have tech support through like chat and through over the phone. I always do chat because there's Cindy. I am socially awkward over the phone, but everyone has just been really friendly. You're assigned a success coach, which I haven't really utilized yet, but they're kind of like a school counselor where you can talk to them if you want just someone to talk to about, stress management, time management, or you just want to vent about how your week's going. They're there to support you. And so I did meet with mine virtually, kind of like through a Skype thing. My first week of school, I didn't really find it all that useful because I'm very blessed to have a strong support system at home. So I didn't really need to utilize that. I feel like it was taking up more time than it was benefiting me. But I do think that that's really nice that they have that. The only kind of downsides I could see, I guess, is, you're not interacting face to face. You're missing out on creating bonds with people. It is cool. Recently, actually, last year, the first semester I was in this program, they started doing you can be an online course assistant for online classes. So before people on campus physically would be a course assistant, kind of like a TA. They would be that for online classes. But then I think they kind of were like, you know what, we could have online grad students be assistants for teachers for online undergrad classes. So I have been able to be employed through Arizona State for the last 2 semesters as a course assistant, which has been really nice. I figured I wouldn't get any like campus job since I'm not physically on campus. That's been really great. All the teachers I've had are wonderful. The teachers I've worked with are wonderful. And it's just really cool to see how much a flexible program like this benefits people. You know, we have people from all ages all across the world, a lot of people stationed overseas, military, people from all backgrounds. And I think it's great that the school has such a large online presence. If you have any questions, let me know. I can always make another video answering them, or I can just answer them in the comments. I'm not trying to force everyone to go to Arizona State. I just thought it'd be interesting to talk about because I haven't seen that many videos of people doing grad programs online. So this was my experience with Arizona and also just doing a completely online program. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're all doing well, and I will talk to you later.